All right, folks, we're going to try this again. I seem to have been able to get this going, so we're going to give this another shot. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. We're in the G-44A. Our first flight is going to be from Elizabeth City Coast Guard Air Station, where we are right now, and we are heading to Wallops in Virginia. The Coast Guard station is there in North Carolina, and then we're going to do a flight from Hayward Executive up to the Nut Tree Airport. We'll talk about that when we're in the air. Let's get this going. All right. I tell you, I'm hoping we can get the get this done. Never fails. All right, we got that done. We got to get our avionics and all that on. There's an avionics somewhere. Oh, I know where. All right. Your transponder on. Hi and bye, Mela. Sorry. Yeah, I know you got to go. Thank you for coming back in and saying hello and goodbye. Yeah, it's just one of those things today. So we're gonna get going here. And I don't think we need a push back because it doesn't seem like. Yeah. Okay. I don't think that's necessary. So we need to get at least that much flap. We're actually going to get pushed back. Okay. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. It seems to be a bit of a... Wow. Alrighty. Well, that's interesting. That's a new one on me. Check something here. Okay, we need to add. probably getting quiet because I think most everyone's expecting me about half an hour ago, but we'll see how we do. Yeah, I really don't know what was going on with the sim today acting up. So I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, we had a really nice flight over Tasmania last night. Some really neat points of interest. Really nice scenery. Hopefully we'll at least get this flight in, but I'm hoping to get 2 knocked out. But as I was saying earlier, we were talking about what got people interested in aviation in general, and some of the stories about people's, what happened in their life that got them interested in flying. And why would I just go on right through? Okay, whatever. I don't get it, but okay. So yeah, those of you been around my channel for some time, you know my little story about the Nut Tree Airport there, and it was a restaurant / bookstore that had all kinds of books about aviation. A lot of it was like, real world pilot sort of stuff, like your IFR sort of testing, and I guess like general aviation sort of information, like pilot licensing sort of stuff. But there was also like lots of books about military aviation, all kinds of stuff. Actually, I think I have it still. I'll find it. I'll put it in both. For those of you who want to kind of read about it, put that here. So here. That's just some information about the Nut Tree, what it was, and everything, who operated it, how it got started, and all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, it's. So I did find that I was looking for pictures of the inside of the where the bookstore was, and it does have some, but some of them are in black and white, but it gives you a sense of, and they got some of the restaurant as well, so it does give you a sense of what it looked like, and all that, and it's all gone. It's all been demolished. So it's they shut it down, and then they got rid of it. Whoever owned it sold it, and it got torn down. I think it's like a strip mall now, and I think there's like a Best Buy there or something. That just doesn't look the same. So I figured we'd do a nice little trip that way. So. And I gotta get, oh, once we get over here, I'll get everything set up here for our So, yeah, it's probably going to be a bit quiet since I was certain I was not going to be able to get this going, but I figured, well, I'd like to try it one more time, and if it crashed, I would have just said, screw it, it's not going to happen today. We just have to reschedule. I do really want to do this flight because I wanted to fly in this plane today. An eye on the chat in case anybody pops back in. This should be like 2. This should be 280. No, it should be the heading. So try to get this all set up here. Fully depart. I gotta dial in the first one is 11660. Swap that frequency. Okay, you're all set. You need to double do it down there as well. Just be on the safe side. DME on there just in case we have. I don't think we have any DMEs to tune into. But hello, Joseph. Hello again, Nick. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you. Oh. Sometimes this thing you just never know. That's crazy part of this is you just never know when something's going to work, when it's not going to work. It's just but I figured I'd give it one more shot because I really wanted to fly this morning. Alright, let's see, we need to Got our taxi, our runway aligned. Right. I think we are all set. Our carburetors should be warming up. Oh, our carburetors are warmed up. Okay. Well, I'll leave that on. We can switch that off here if we need to. All right, let's go. Let's turn off our lights are on. Okay, let's go. Away we go. All right. All right, we are finally on our way. This is not... Oh, it's a cat. We're not hearing it because of that. Oh well, all right. We're just going to go with it. That's what I said. Mm. Oh boy. Boy, we're going all over the place. All right. I think we are finally en route. All right, so yeah, we'll do a second flight. Hopefully, we get through this first one. Fingers crossed, and then we will. Head over to the West Coast. Let's get a picture of that right there. That looks pretty good. That wind is really pushing us off course here. Yeah, I know, Mick, but you know, you got to mend it, and hopefully it'll be back in action before you know it. We are way off course. How in the world? Boy. Good thing I checked. That is just insane. How in the... Wow. This wind is really kicking us today. It's like a repeat of yesterday. So what's on the menu for tonight then, Mick? Is it you going back to the farming, or are you going to do more ranting, or what's the plan? Or do you know yet? Or have you not had the board meeting yet? Temps look to be good. Looks like everything's good so far. Okay. We'll see. Please, I'm sure it'll be something fun. I guess we'll find something interesting to do. can't just say Coast Guard, Coast GU, or just put GU. Okay. Now, sadly, the passengers don't show up here if you put passengers in the 4 seats here. Kind of nice if they did. Do have the developers roadmap update today. Not sure what to expect. If anything. So telling what we're going to get or what's going to be said or whatever. I'm sure some kind of a pleasant surprise. That guy last night putting in yes. Yeah, yeah, I don't really know why, or, well, yeah, I don't know either. You know, we've both had that issue, Mick, and it gets a little annoying after a while because you're like, people say just put in like wow or OMG or something. It's like, are you talking about something I've done in the game, or are you talking about something you've seen outside your house, or, you know, and it gets a little annoying after a while because I think it's just like a lack of maturity. I think they're in an adult setting, and they're saying stuff that is. An adult's like, what are you talking about? Can you tell me what you mean by this? And they're just like, man, you know, it's just, yeah, after a while, like, I had to time that person out because they were getting so annoying about read the chat, you know, like, he's trying to play a football match. He'll read the chat when he has a moment. Like, you know, yeah, it's just, it's annoying. It's just a lack of maturity, I think. It's a lack of something. But the best I can say it is it's a lack of maturity. And it gets old after a while. You know. I mean, there comes a point where you just have to say, you know, look, you can't be here because you're causing too much. Yeah, exactly, Mick. When that one person said, oh, I'm over 18, I'm like, no, you're not. Something tells me you're not 18 or older. Not by the way you act. You know, like, yeah, it's just, something's not right. I don't know what it is. It's almost like it's a social disorder of some kind that they got used to that sort of behavior because they took online classes for the past year and a half or more, and so that's just the way they normally communicate now, and they think that's acceptable. So it's like they're socially inept at this point because of the fact that they weren't able to develop their social skills the normal way, you know. Yeah, it's something, and it's after a while you're just like, you know, what else are you gonna? What can you do? You know, you try to be kind to them and be reasonable, but after a while, you're just like, you know, can't have you here because you're just being. Not that I think sometimes I think they need to be disruptive, but other times I think they're being disruptive in a way that they don't understand. You know, so I don't know. It's just, but. You know, But they're sneaking in somehow. I don't understand it either. But either they're faking their birth dates or something is not right. So I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, all right, real quick, since we're still en route to our waypoint there, 17.9 or 0.8 nautical miles to our waypoint there. I'm going to step away for just a brief moment. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry. I just realized I was still muted. One of the things I think is that it's age does not equate maturity. You know, like they don't just because you're 18 or older does not necessarily mean that you are at a level of maturity that people would, I guess, maybe, I don't know, fairly or unfairly expect you to be. You know, I know when I was younger, I was exposed to my mom would have Christmas parties, and there was always her coworkers, and they would come over, and I could have a conversation with them. Right? They were like, they would ask me questions, like I would talk about my models and stuff like that, and they're like, this is fascinating, because they're like, you seem like this is something you really have invested time in learning about, you know. But I think nowadays that's just not something that people do, or, you know, kids are, they don't want to be bothered with maturing, it seems like, I guess. They can't be bothered with it. And so when you tell them, like, hey, you're acting up in my chat, I can't have that. But why? But I'm this age. Well, there's the problem, you know. So, but yeah, I kind of feel like it's some kind of a social disorder or something. They're just not, especially, you know, if they're, since they've been growing up, you know, during the pandemic, they've not developed those social skills, you know, that they would have normally. And I think that's damaged them in ways that is probably almost irreversible at this point, because they've gotten used to that sort of mentality. You know? Check something here. It's 032. Okay. Let's head. I guess in a way I'm thankful that I grew up in such an environment that I learned how to talk, basically, you know. Although sometimes it feels like I'm still learning, because people still don't understand me here. It's like I'm speaking an alien language that nobody understands. Head towards our destination there. Put this thing on the ground, and then we'll hop over to the west coast and hopefully get another flight knocked out, and then we'll be done for the day. And see, the thing, Mick, you and Paul start your streams, it's usually what, between 7 and 8 in the evening UK time, right? And then you have so that's usually on the East Coast, that's about 2 in the afternoon. 2 to 3 in the afternoon. So kids here should be, they're done at school, or they're going home from school, right? So technically they should be in that part of their day where they're getting their homework knocked out, whatever. But it's like they get home, they drop their books or whatever, they're just like, oh, I'm not going to do anything. They get online, and then they just, that's where they want to live, because that's how they, that's what they want, that's how they want to live their life, is just all online, you know. It seems to me that's just how they've, you know, they've gotten used to it. You know, and then they also want to play. You know, they see you playing FIFA, for instance. I want to play. Can I play too? There's more important things for you to be doing right now than playing FIFA. You're talking about the kids, you know. But they, I don't know. It's just a very weird sort of situation, I think. So, yeah, I don't know, like. And then, you know, I think in your part of the world, the kids are, you know, they're winding down from the day. They're, you know, maybe they've done their homework already, if they have any at all. Or, you know, they kind of half-assed it because they just don't care enough to do the work. And then that's when they have their video game time, you know. So... yeah, it's just very, you just never know. Seems like right now, because I've changed my time, you know, I'm having less of the kids coming in right now, which is good, because it's, now it's not so, it doesn't feel so chaotic. All right. Yep. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get a flight done with the what do you call it, the A320. We're going to go from Abu Dhabi to Riyadh. Shouldn't be a very long flight. And before we know it, it'll be Lightning Saturday, and then we'll also do the special flight in the Spitfire, just because we haven't done a Spitfire flight in a while, just to see if we can still manage it fairly well. Seems like the plane finally kind of settled down. Oh, somebody... I'm just going to move on. Anyhow, so I was thinking last night, as I was, well, yesterday sometime after, between the time we got done with our flight to Sofia and when I flew last night with Captain Arish, that unless there's some massive updates today, what I may do in the interim for our jetliner, or we'll like regional flights, right? We'll just not even jetliner, because we can stick with the A320, because hopefully that will continue to work reasonably well for the foreseeable future. Knock on fake wood. But what we may do is bring back the Embraer 110, the twin prop sort of regional aircraft, and we may do services in that in the interim. I have to check that aircraft out to see how it works, how it's performing now, because there was some updates, I think, last week, a week ago today. Just to kind of mix things up while we're waiting for the 170, 175 series to get fixed. And all that, just to kind of, and then maybe we'll also throw in like a business jet sort of thing once in a while, just to kind of keep that going. Fly those jets as well, the Longitude and the CJ4. So that's on the agenda for the. I may have to change some things for this month, just to kind of, because I don't know when. It's hard to find that right time between everything. Plus, yes, I completely can. Well, not that I can understand, but I do. I know where you're coming from, Nick, because you're trying to balance all that stuff, and sometimes it's not as easy as you would like it to be. I guess you have the things that you want to do and whatnot, and sometimes family takes priority or takes your attention away, and that's just that's the what comes with having a family. I mean, if it was just you and your wife, I think she would, you would have your time. But with kids, it's a totally different story. They want your attention when they want it, and the rest of the time they can't be bothered with you. Like you said, they come home and you say, how was your day? They can't be bothered with you, but as soon as you sit down to stream, then they want to talk. And it's that's just kids being kids. They'll deal with. It's like they want to deal with you on their terms when they want to, not when you're ready to have the conversations with them. But I know, like, Doris and I we're at that stage in our life that kids are not something that we are going to have. She wants to just enjoy life, and she's happy to be an auntie to her nieces and nephews. She's okay with that, and I'm perfectly fine with that too. Because as we both discussed, when you have kids, it does tend to, it changes everything, and all the stuff that you want to do suddenly is not that important, or well, it should be, but you're worried about them, their well-being takes precedence, and we'll But yeah, I told you, she knows that and she may pop in today, actually. Hopefully she will here any moment. She'll pop in and say hello. But, you know, she knows I enjoy this, and, well, there'll be a time that she'll say, okay, I know you're going to go stream, that's fine, go do your thing, or I'm going to join Captain Arish and fly for a little while, it's fine, but then when it's done, put everything away, then it's time to do other things, you know. And, you know, I know she will give me that look if I'm getting frustrated or whatever, and she'll say, you know, just turn it off and give it a break and come back and try it tomorrow. You know, it's not the end of the world. But I did want to, you know, try to get this done. I was really looking forward to today's flight, especially after we had a really nice one last night with Captain Harish, and not a lot of people are able to join now, but I think we had maybe at one point we had about half a dozen, I think, and then, you know, people only fly for a certain amount of time, and then they have to go, so they land somewhere or whatever. But I think by the end there was only 5 of us, I think. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think what I noticed too is if somebody really loves you, they're going to give you the space to do the hobbies that you enjoy, within reason, of course. And that's how it should be. Dumpsters and all that. So I don't think they came on Monday, did they? Maybe they changed the schedule or something. Yeah, it's I think I'm blessed in that respect. You know, and that's the best feeling. When somebody wants, you know, they support the hobbies that you enjoy, all that. They may not understand it, but they love that you're passionate about it. And it's something you really enjoy doing. Because I can assure you, when you say, or when they persuade you to give up that hobby, and it's something that is, you know, that you really enjoy doing, then you're going to be miserable, and they're going to be like, well, you're not the same person I met in the past. Well, no, because I'm miserable. I'm not doing the things that I really want to do. You know. Like that person somebody was saying last night in Captain Arish's stream, saying, "Oh, well, all you streamers make really good money," and he's like, "I'm not doing this for money. I'm not making anything off of this. You know, I have a real life job outside of this. This is my hobby. I just like to share my passion for aviation with other people." He said, "I'm not making any money here." It's interesting that people automatically assume that streamers are very wealthy, or that they're making tons of money. It's like, no, it takes a long time to build up that kind of audience. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's the other thing too, is when something happens that you're unable to do all the things that you used to be able to do. Yeah, it can be a bit frustrating and all that, but you know, you found something that you know, like the ETS and ATS, you know, especially though, I think you enjoy those the most because you get to see, you know, kind of like when we fly, we get to see parts of the world that we otherwise wouldn't be able to see, and you get to do something a little bit fun to do it. You know, you're moving freight from one place to another, and you're seeing all the scenery and everything. And yeah, it's fun. You know, it's a nice distraction away from everything else. But you know, when that person said, "Oh, you streamers make all this money," and he's like, "No, I don't make anything here." You know, he just does it because it's something he really enjoys doing. You know, but I find it interesting that people seem to think that it's that you're sitting on hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, and you know, you got a fancy mansion and a garage full of sports cars and stuff. You know, and you dine on the French Riviera, sort of thing. But yeah, when I saw that in the chat last night in the stream, I was like, it's very presumptuous, you know, to presume that that's, wow, you think you really know, don't know much at all, do you? And the people who are like, you know, who've made gobs of money, it took them time to get there. It's not like it just happened within a week of starting up. It took them time to develop an audience and, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly, Nick. Exactly. I understand that. Well, it keeps your mind healthy to a point, except when you have people come in and just say some off-the-wall crap that doesn't make any sense, and you're just like, huh? So, yeah, it's... Rudin the Great, welcome to the stream. Oh, I don't think I recognize your name. I don't think I've seen you before, so please pay attention to the following announcement from your streaming host. International streaming rules and regulations require me to provide the following information. I am on the Xbox Series S. I have the deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We are currently flying the Grumman G-44A Widgeon. We departed from Elizabeth City Coast Guard Air Station and we are headed to Wallops Airport. I am not taking requests for flights at this time. My flight schedule is created well in advance and is subject to change based on my own schedule. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are vintage aviation flights. Tuesdays is jetliner, regional jets, including business jets and small prop regional flights. Thursdays, military aviation flights. Saturdays, we have flights featuring the P-38 Lightning. We're traveling around former Army Air Corps airfields right now in California. Sundays are our scenic flights. Any other information can be found in the description area below the video. Thank you. Alright, so we are 28 nautical miles from our... We have 2 flights today. We will be, once we land here in Wallops, we will hop over to the west coast, do a flight from Hayward Executive, which is near where I grew up in California. And we are going to go to a small airport. I'm not on the server right now. I'm not doing multiplayer flights. That is something that may come in the future. but right now we're not doing that. So once I do open it up, I just have to figure out a day and a time. Then it will be in the description for the. But if you're looking to join, if you're looking to join flights on the multiplayer side, there's two. I'll tell you two people right off the bat that they'd love to have you along. One of them is Captain Arish. This Twitch in here. He flies Mondays and Wednesdays. He's doing a around the world tour in the Cessna 172. We just did a flight. We're almost around Tasmania and heading back to Australia, I think next week. And then also Allison Johnson, she's doing replicating the flight of Amelia Earhart. She's not going to be streaming for the next couple weeks. She's on vacation, but you can check her out as well. On Saturdays, they usually fly for quite some time. You can join in for part of it. You don't have to do the whole flight. But if you want to join in for like a leg or something, okay. Yeah, and Allison. So, yeah, they probably are the best place to start off with as far as the multiplayer sort of flying. I just haven't gotten into it yet. Yeah, she's replicating a Captain Arish is her navigator. He took Fred Noonan's spot, and she's doing Amelia Earhart's spot. And they do the celestial navigation and all kinds of stuff. And she'll read from some of Amelia Earhart's diaries along the way. She'll read a little portion of it. Her notes on, like the area that they're flying over in the sim. She'll talk a little bit about that from Amelia Earhart's own words. So it's a very, interesting thing to kind of hear her words, her thoughts about what she's seeing and everything and her experiences. So yeah, it's a really cool thing. And then Friday mornings, I think Captain Arish does a charter flight. Calls it Charter Flight Friday. So actually he does the Mondays and Wednesdays are generally in the evening time, like 6 or so, 6:30 I think he gets started. Yeah, definitely they are a good place to start. I just haven't gotten there just yet. But eventually, as time goes on, I think I will be able to do that. It's just a matter of time. All right. So keep losing some more altitude here. Let's go ahead and call into, or should be pretty close. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but because usually I just fly in the morning. I try to get it knocked out, and then that leaves me the rest of my day to do other things. So we got to get a little bit closer here. But yeah, I mean, I'm following. It seems like a boatload of people, and I can't catch people. It's like I would be watching streaming almost nonstop, and I can't do that. I got other things I got to take care of. So But yeah, it's not uncommon. People have been asking me like, "What's your server?" And I'm like, "I'm not doing multiplayer." But there will come a time I think it'll be open. But part of it too is I'd like to know who's joining. I'd like to get a sense of my audience and who's going to be in the stream and everything. So. Yeah, I can imagine. So, yeah, it'll happen eventually. It's just not right now. KWAL. I thought it would be. Well, there's a lot of small airports around here, it looks like. There's a lot of small airports. Look like little farm fields or something. Yeah, that's another thing too. Those are all things I would have to kind of figure out and get it to work or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I would have to feel like whoever's going to be in there, that it's not going to get, somebody's not going to come in there and be all toxic and say a lot of stuff that we don't need to have said in a chat. So, yeah. But if, in time, we'll get there. But that's farther down the road. I like joining Captain Arish when he flies because I'm not worried about. Well, yeah, I know, but I like when I join Captain Arish, for instance, it's his stream. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. He has mods, and I do too, but I also, it's not something I have to keep thinking about, I guess, in that respect. It's just I can enjoy the flying that's all I'm doing, is I'm enjoying the flying. So I like that part of it. But like I said, in due time it'll happen. But it's farther down the road. That's why if people ask me about it, I refer them to Captain Arish and Allison, because that's somebody they can join in when they're ready to, and when they want to do the get that wow, it's right there. Okay. little bit off track, or well, it was taking us to the middle of the airport, I think. All right, so as soon as we land, we're gonna change to the West Coast. We'll do one more flight. We'll wrap this thing up for the day. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. We would have gotten started earlier, but we had some issues with the sim that we did not expect this morning. We had some crashed dashboards, and thankfully it got all sorted, and we're here. So glad it worked out in the end. Well, Rudent, eventually we will have that. Okay, it's just when I get there, it will be in the description. I can assure you. Okay, I see people doing it with Captain Arish and their F-18s and stuff, and he likes it. That's fine. Eventually we will get there. Okay. It's just a matter of time. Okay. I appreciate your enthusiasm, though. I do. I have a lot of flying that I want to do that I like to do on my own. And all right. I tried to be reasonable with you, so I'm not gonna I don't know why. But anyways. All right, I'm going to turn the laptop to the side there so I don't get distracted. I think I got it. The distraction was showing the door. Anyways, all right, so we'll land here, like I said, and then we'll pop over to the West Coast, do that other flight. That will be a little bit shorter than this one, and then we will be done for the day. I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow in the A320, Abu Dhabi to Riyadh. Our second to last viewer requested flight for the time being. I unfortunately did not write down who asked for that, but we'll still do it. I don't know, Mick. I mean, I thought I was pretty reasonable with them. And said, you know, eventually we will, but not right now. If you want to join multiplayer flights, these are the people that you can join. And they'll be happy to have you there. I'm just not, that's not where I'm at right now in my streaming. So, it's too easy. You know, I didn't want to have to get to that point, but, you know, I think I was more than reasonable with them. I tried to be pleasant. And apparently that doesn't really doesn't register with some folks. I get the feeling that this runway is not supposed to be open. I see a lot of X's here. Like, this is not normally used. Isn't this interesting? I noticed, you know, all these X's now, like this runway's closed. Great. Oh boy. Well, there we are. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, welcome to Wallops, Virginia. Local time is 9:14 in the morning. I understand and appreciate the fact that you have many options that you always don't know about for your Microsoft Flight Simulator viewings, live stream viewing pleasures, but we're glad that you chose us today. Do stick around. We have one more flight here in the G-44A Coast Guard livery. Rescue sort of plane before the rescue helicopters were developed. They can fly low and slow for quite some time to find their stranded pilots or folks who had a mishap out in the ocean with their boats or something. It's a pretty cool little plane. And bright yellow certainly makes it, well, at least from the top down, it makes it easy to see. Wow, I don't think this airport is really open at all. All these runways have X's on them. I don't think this is supposed to be open anymore. Huh. Interesting. Maybe there's only one. Huh. I don't know, something. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, I don't know, Nick. I really. Oh, I'm trying. I really am. Really am. I don't. Yeah. I feel like it's an episode of the X-Files. What are you doing landing here? You're not supposed to be here. Who are you? Nobody? Okay, I'm not sure why that's still going like that, but let's shut the battery off. All right, let me just notate my time here real quick. KECG to KWAL 010040. Okay. We're heading to KVCB, KVCB. All right, let's do this. Back to the main menu, please. So I have to keep track of my own hours because the game deleted my nearly 400 hours from my logbook, so I'm back to it should be like 15 now. All right, so let's go over to the West Coast. KHWD. We'll start right. No, let's go right there. Depart. And we will go to KVCB, Tree Vacaville, right there, arrival, VOR to VOR. I know we'll have the, oops, no, it does not give us. All right, we want Oakland, Oak. Add, and we want should be like right there. Yep. Add. Perfect. Yeah, about a half an hour flight. All right, let's go in here and get this done so we can be on our way. Oh, I did do, I don't remember if I talked about it. No, because I did it off stream, I think. I did all the bush flight training stuff. I got 4 A's, 2 B's, and 1 C for my grades in that. It's actually, it was tough. It was not easy by any means. Not at all, but really enjoyed it. Something different. So, yeah, really, really good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get our aircraft started up. Okay. Well, there we are. Other lights. Make sure all my lights are actually on that need to be on. Switch that on. All right, let's call in and tell them we're ready to get out of here. Why my I know which way 28 left. Who put that plane there? Lousy parking job. Yeah, it should be a quick little flight here. But I did put in, if you scroll back to the top there, there should be a link about the where we're heading, a little bit of history of the, not so much the airport, but just the restaurant and little shops and all that used to be there. It was very family orientated, like, you know, they had like the little train that went around the property, and, you know, during the summer, ice cream and stuff like that. You know, it was like a really cool little place, I think. It was always my favorite place to stop off at when we were going to visit my grandparents. Because it was... sure how we got the okay, because we're not really there just yet. But and the other thing too that I was telling folks in Captain Arish's stream last night, right? Well, I don't know if it's modeled still. It used to be over there somewhere. There was a, I think there still is, but it's not the same unit anymore. But there was a Marine Corps Reserve unit here at this airport that had 2 F-4 Phantoms that they would take off from here on this particular runway. As a matter of fact, they would sit at the end on the brakes and wait for the power to build up, and they would take off and head for the Pacific. You know, kind of like a jet fighter scramble in case somebody was getting a little too close to the west coast there. But yeah, they eventually at some point got rid of those. always remember that. They would sit at that very tail end and they would just... It was quite an amazing thing to see here. Yeah, there was a lot of aviation in the Bay Area for many years. Naval Air Station, Alameda Naval Air Station was open. Moffett Naval Air Station was open. Travis is still open. But yeah, there was a lot more aviation going on here than there is now. I mean, there's still, you know, this airport's still open for private or public use. All right, give me just a second, folks. I got to take a quick break, and then we will be in there in just a moment. Alright, here we go. Oh, I gotta do get my stuff dialed in here. Got 11680. Swap that. On all right, let's go. Oop, almost forgot something. I'll do at least that. All right, now we can go. Away we go. There's Oakland International, so we're going to fly over that, kind of. Although we shouldn't, we probably would need permission for all that, but since there's no traffic coming in. Okay. Dial in our next 112 0. Engines. Ah, there's the hometown. Install that. Mount Diablo way out there in the distance, I do believe. Two high peaks in the Bay Area. Mount Tamalpais is the other high peak. Oakland International, including we have a small executive airport there. Downtown Oakland is coming up there for us. There is the Oakland Coliseum Arena. The Warriors used to play right there. The Oakland A's, I think, still play right there. The Raiders, of course, have moved to Las Vegas. Alameda and former Alameda Naval Air Station is right off the left tip there. It's now closed. It's been closed for some time. There is Lake Merritt. That should be Coast Guard Island right there near Alameda. Should be right there. See the Oakland side of the Bay Bridge and the San Francisco side. Treasure Island right there. Left engine kind of just right there. Lake Merritt, it used to be, I don't know how it is now, but it used to be one of those places that if you were into walking or jogging, there was a path all the way around that whole lake that you could walk your jog, walk your dog. heading over Berkeley. UC Berkeley campuses. You might be able to actually spot them. Let's see if I can. There is the, yep, should be right about there because there's the stadium for the UC Berkeley Bears. So this is all right there below us. Almost done with this flight here shortly. Always nice to get a flight in over the hometown, home neck of the woods. I was thinking about it last night. That would be a good excuse just to get an additional flight in. Not very long. Something fun to do. Now, when we get over, this is the essentially like the North Bay going into the this whole area. So there goes out to the Pacific Ocean off the left wing tip out there. So this is all like this additional waterway. A lot of tanker stuff will come through here. There was, and I think there still is, a sugar processing plant. Can't remember the name of who runs it. There was for some time a mothball fleet. There was all these ships that were in the event of a global war or something. They would use those for troop transport, stuff like that. I don't know what happened to it, but it's no longer there. I think they scrapped it all and got rid of it because it was just sitting out there kind of falling apart. But as we get over towards our next navigation point there, SGD, Sierra Golf Delta, to our left, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it today or not, but to our left will be Infineon Raceway. I know they call it like Sonoma Raceway or whatever. I always will remember it as Infineon Raceway because that's the times that I went there, that's what it was called. So they've changed the names over the years, but really excellent road course. IndyCar used to race there. They do have historic events. I think NASCAR still goes there for a road course event. They do have a drag strip there. They have the Top Fuel dragsters, funny cars, I think, and all that. Never been there for a drag race. That was one thing I wanted to check out because people who've gone said it's just an amazing experience especially when you got those Top Fuel dragsters going. It's just loud. You got the flames coming out the exhaust and all kinds of fun stuff. So if we'll be able to see. I was looking it up where it would be, and as near as I can figure, it's going to be to the left of our waypoint there. No. And we'll turn a little bit towards. Ooh, well, that was a large turn. Oops, daisy. Too much. Then we're going to turn to the right. Be a quick run to the Nut Tree Airport in Vacaville. We'll be on the ground before we know it. I only spent a little bit of time at Infineon. I think I went to maybe 4 or 5 races there, maybe 6. No, maybe more than that. Probably about 7, because they do. I don't know if they still do, but they had the Ferrari Challenge races would be held there, and then they would have the what they call the Shell Historics or something like that. That would have all different classes of Ferraris from over the years, including early Alfa Romeos that Enzo Ferrari raced. Slapped his badge on there, but they were Alfa Romeo cars before he started his own team, built his own cars. Yeah, you always see something different there. For those of you watching on Twitch as well, I think I do have a link to my Flickr page. Tons of pictures from all over the place. Lots of car pictures, some planes, some trains, some travel stuff. So do click on that. Have a look. Lots of pictures to check out. Lots to see, as Mick can attest. I don't think he's even scratched the surface completely there on my Flickr. So, but yeah, do check that out if you want to check out some photography. And there also should be a link to my Redbubble. There's some stuff on sale there, some pictures I've taken. If you want to check that out, you can spend some money on something. It'd be greatly appreciated. Napa, of course, wine country. One of the 2 major wine country areas. Down by Santa Barbara is the other one. Lots of famous wineries here in Napa. Mario Andretti owns his own winery here in the Napa area. Used to be you could get tickets and have dinner with Mario at the winery. He would come around to the table and talk to everybody, visit for a few minutes. My mom got my stepdad that for his birthday one year, and he was like just over the moon that he got to actually talk to Mario Andretti for a few minutes. He was very pleasant to everybody. He didn't try to rush around. He spent time, and yeah, so it was a really nice experience. Take up a heading of 041. Just get that dialed in because we're not following a kind of a nav point once we turn to the right here. Out Infineon Raceway over here somewhere. So I've been on this road before because it's up over here somewhere And then you can exit out this way and then you can get back up to go towards Sacramento from there. There's Napa Airport right there. Wrap this up pretty soon. Flat down so we can start slowing down a bit. Because that 27 nautical miles will go very quickly. 23 actually. So yeah, we will run out of time. Just all that very quick. Air Force Base will be off to our right eventually. Well, let's talk to somebody else on Travis Approach. What do you think? What are the chances? All right. Well, glad we were able to get this done today. These flights in and that. Of course, it's always nice to fly around the hometown. At least pretty darn close to it. This way. Turn back to the right a little bit more. So airport is somewhere over in that direction. Wait, yeah, probably more like over there. So I think we can go ahead and call in landing. There it is. Runway 2. Once we get over these low hills. Oh, there it is right there. Matter of fact. Ta-da! We're just going to go straight on in. Hello, Andreas 1130. Welcome. We are just getting ready to land here. We'll be wrapping up the stream here momentarily. Thank you for stopping by. We've been flying the G-44A. We just completed one flight from Elizabeth City Coast Guard Air Station to Wallops, and we just took off from Hayward. We were landing here at the Nut Tree Airport. We'll be done for the day. That's where I thought it was. Okay. All right, let me move the laptop to the side as we prepare to land. So we'll get distracted. There's our... Alright. Let's see, really... There we are. There's our airport. There's the landing strip. We'll be on the ground in just a moment. We could have landed at Travis, but I wanted to land here today. Ooh. Boy, this thing really... Power back, and it just wants to go right for the ground. There's no... Alright, there we are. We're going to turn up here, and then we're going to go find a parking spot and wrap it up. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, welcome to Vacaville, California, Neptree Airport. Local time is 7:03 in the morning. We understand and appreciate the fact that you have lots of options when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures. We're glad that you chose to fly with us today. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK, Airbus A320, Abu Dhabi to Riyadh. For that, we'll be back on Lightning Saturday, including a special quick flight in the Spitfire once we conclude our flight in the E-38 Lightning. hopefully everybody enjoyed today's flights. I'm glad we were able to get it done because there was some questions as to whether or not this was going to happen today, because we had some issues getting the stream started up today. It crashes the dashboard. So here we are. We've got our 2 flights knocked out for the day. We'll pull up here and park it, and we'll wrap this up. We appreciate everyone coming in. Thank you for the 2 thumbs up. I'm sure somebody's over here waiting for us. See, so we have a couple of options for parking. Person right there that may be waiting for us. Yeah, we'll just go with that. How about that? Mr. Atkins was here. I guess he buggered off, didn't he? All right, let's turn off the battery. There we go. 30 minutes. There, not too bad. I like it. Let me make my... Sounds like my old washing machine. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Mick, huh? Alright, got my times noted so I can update my tracker. Alright, well that will be it for today, folks. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Wasn't sure if we were going to get this done, but we were able to. So, here we are. I will see you all tomorrow in the A320 Abu Dhabi to Riyadh. Should be not too long of a flight. I think just about 2 hours or 2.5 hours, something like that. Maybe we'll get there a little bit quicker. But do enjoy your Thursday. It's Friday Eve, as Thursday's known. And I will see you tomorrow. Till then, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, early Friday, depending on where you are in the world. Until then, peace, live long and prosper.